start the story on the 31st of May 1911 in the shipyards of Harland and Wolff in Belfast, Ireland. What you'd see behind me would actually be the Titanic's aftermath of the launching. When they build ships, they would always launch the hull into the water before they'd put anything inside it. She's missing vital components such as the funnels, the anchors, the engines, and most of the decking on the inside. On the other side of the wall in front would be a picture of the ship in the gantry. Now, the stuff that's around the vessel there is not scaffolding, they call it a gantry when they build a ship at sea. From that picture just to the right, can't see it in the picture, but you would actually see Titanic's sister ship, the Olympic, being finished off. So, need I say, the gantry is massive. It was built 840 feet long, 270 feet wide, and 250 feet tall. And before they could build the ship, they had to spend nearly 2 years just building the gantry first. The next picture would be a picture of the anchors being towed. There's 3 anchors on the Titanic. One of them that you see in the picture was actually the reserve anchor. By itself, it's weighing over 15 tons or some 30,000 pounds. The other 2 anchors on either side of the ship would weigh in at about 7.5 to 8 tons, none of which would ever be used. On the wall behind that would be a picture of one of Titanic's pistons. From the crankshaft to the top, each piston is actually 3.5 stories tall, and by itself the piston engine could generate over 30,000 horsepower. But, as of course a large engine would mean a large rate of fuel consumption, the engine runs off of steam, which is generated through the burning of coal, and that engine, it would actually burn over 650 tons of coal every single day that it ran. Just around the corner is a picture of the Titanic's boilers. There's 29 of the boilers on the ship. They weigh 100 tons apiece. Each boiler is about the size of a 2-story house. And the centerpiece of the room would of course be the big propeller. And it's not a propeller. On a ship at sea you'd refer to it as a screw. Propellers would be for planes, screws for ships. They look different, do something different, and they go on something different, so they technically had to call it something different. Titanic was a triple screw vessel. It's one of the newest combinations of 2 piston engines and a turbine engine. The screw in this room is called the turbine screw. There's also a picture of the back of the ship where you can see the rudder. The big hole in the center, that's where if you flipped it sideways, the screw would go right in there. The screw itself is actually 16 feet 7 inches tip to tip. It's about 40,000 pounds of solid manganese bronze. It would spin 165 times a minute, and the room that we have this in, well, this is the smallest screw. The 2 big screws on either side, 23 feet 9 inches in diameter and 60,000 pounds apiece. You couldn't even fit one of the big screws in this actual room itself.